Good morning. It's Barbara Klare from Jones & Company Realty. I'm outside this awesome new construction home. It's just waiting for a new owner. So we're just looking around this neighborhood. This is all new homes through here. And it's a pretty recently developed area of Cape Coral. This house. And then we have some questions for them as well. Janice, how long has this house been on the market?
It's been on the market about 161 days.
Holy
Is that
moly!
right?
106, I
Okay.
think. Anyway, yeah, but I mean, it's a gorgeous home, move-in ready. And I also looked at the comps on the water with a pool, brand new. You're the cheapest one, the lowest price one,
Yes.
by about $90,000,
Yes,
which is amazing.
I know. We have open houses every week. We have showings. We furnished it, and we're just waiting for the perfect buyer to come along.
Exactly. But, I'm just, I don't know. So where do you think the market's going and why is this happening?
Well, I think the problem is that we don't have low inventory. Our inventory is so high, and people aren't pulling the trigger. They're just going on and on looking at. There's so much on the market.
They have no push, no rush.
There's no reason. There's no reason
for
for them
looking forever.
Yeah, so this is a fabulous price. Like you said, it's the lowest price in this category. But people just are taking their time because they can. It's a buyer's market.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it is really, really fantastic.
Have you been running into that also?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They don't really need to get anywhere.
Exactly. So your business is being affected the same.
Oh, absolutely. It's real estate in Cape Coral. Fort Myers, actually, Florida, and the whole country.
Well, remember when we met like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And you were selling that house over on the water, and we also had a house on. What do you think that would sell for today?
That house? Well, I sold it for $990, and the sellers were really mad because they thought they took a beating.
Yeah.
But I don't think they could get $750 for it today.
Janice was
Yes.
checking it, and she feels exactly the same way.
There was another one that sold similar to age and everything, that sold for $800 with
Okay.
direct access. So you got to take that.
They're not direct access. They
so
weren't.
I think $750 is.
I know,
Probably
she
about
was
right.
saying the same thing, that she thought that number was just about
And
right.
I live in that community.
So you really know it.
Yeah. Yes.
Where do you think the potential buyers are coming from?
My experience, it's mostly they're coming from the East Coast, and they're mostly end users, people that are really going to live in the home full time.
Yeah.
More families, and that's who's buying. I mean, I had my bread and butter in the second home buyers, the buyers from up north, also Canada, and also Europe.
Right.
They're gone.
They are gone.
And those are the higher end buyers.
Right. The demographic is changing so much.
Drastically.
Yeah.
It really is.
Absolutely. We've been seeing that also.
And I've been hearing people when I've been out and about that people are starting to leave now.
Cape Coral, they have been since the hurricanes. A lot of them got scared off, and maybe it wasn't 100% the reason. Maybe there was a lot of other things that they didn't care for, or maybe they just missed their grandchildren, but they're leaving.
Yeah. Yeah.
They ran down here in the pandemic and thinking everything was going to be hunky-dory, and it turned out not to be the case.
Well, see, and that's why there's a problem with the construction now, because people, this reaction is based on something that was happening like 2 years ago.
Correct.
When people were running down here to get away from COVID or whatever. But now the permitting is like at half.
It should be.
Yeah. But how long do you think before this inventory comes down? What's your thoughts?
Oh boy, the absorption rate?
Yeah.
We got like 18 months,
Yeah. What about you?
If nobody builds another home, or if nobody puts one more listing on the
Yeah, well,
market.
you know that's not gonna
I
happen.
believe there's like 968 permits out there for new construction right now. And it's a 22% increase from January last year. This was January to
Okay.
January.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
I thought they were really slashing those.
So
This
that's what
last January was actually a pretty,
It was down.
the market wasn't that bad. I mean, there were still people looking around and buying homes. I didn't have like that bad a year, and the summer was actually pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean, it's a lapse. It's a time lapse.
yeah,
And these builders get into it, and then all of a sudden they're in trouble because they're overbuilding.
exactly.
And everything goes up. You know, we have some builders that went bankrupt. Good builders.
Of course they're going to go bankrupt.
Yeah.
They can't carry it. You know, some of them have like 10, 20 houses out there.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think? How bad do you think this is going to get before it gets better?
Oh, I think a lot of them, like you said, bankruptcy, builders going into bankruptcy. I also see people having to do short sales and foreclosures because they can't, if they
Yikes.
have to move,
Yikes.
if they have to move and they can't sell their house for what they owe on it, what else are they going to do?
So what do you think the future of real estate is in Cape Coral?
I think it's going to come down like around another 18 to 21%.
Whoa,
And it's going
really?
to sit there because that's affordable.
And what do you think, Janice?
I'm not quite sure. I think the market's going to hit kind of where it went in 2008. That's where I'm looking at it.
You think that many bad foreclosures and that kind of
Yes,
thing?
I
You think
think
it's
so.
going to be
That's
that bad?
terrible news. I'm a little more optimistic.
Me too, because I think a lot of people own their
Yeah.
properties cash or mostly cash, and they're not in a position to foreclose or,
Hopefully they don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
hopefully they don't
I mean,
have
don't
to.
forget, in 2008, that was a crash, the housing market.
And that was a little different for reasons that the lenders just went crazy writing loans of people that shouldn't have had loans.
Yeah, if you were breathing, you got a loan,
Yeah,
right?
right, exactly. In anticipation, the house is going to remain the value, which is a little
Well,
ridiculous.
I see us struggling with buyers, arguing with them about pricing their product because everybody wants more than they're going to get.
The
Right.
sellers, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's a crucial problem. The
Yeah.
article, I got a listing now. Oh, I'm not going to reduce my price. And I'm like, well, you're not going to sell your
Right,
house.
Right. So they really have to trust in us to tell them exactly what it's going to take.
Well, they just have to figure out, like, time will tell.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get the hint.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know,
Well, look at the price of the home you sold in 4 Mile Cove. Look at how the value of that came down drastically in
Sure.
2 years. 2
absolutely.
years.
And that's across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that percentage that it's coming down. And if sellers don't want to listen, I mean, if you want to sell your house for what you could get, 3 years ago, it's not going to happen. So take it off the market.
Exactly.
And it's also the realtor's fault for listing the things over.
Yeah, well,
overpriced,
some
too.
realtors will beef up the price just to get the listing, and then it just sits there.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And some sellers won't adjust the prices.
Well, then
They don't sell the house.
they're not going to sell the house.
Right,
So, they could wait, but it's a 5 to 7 year thing. Anyway, I just want to thank you for doing this. It was really informative. This house is gorgeous.
Thank you.
And I can't believe you can't find a buyer for this place.
Yeah, that's your job.
Oh, did I bring out this house is a no flood zone?
Yes.
Very important when you're shopping for a home
Yeah,
these days.
no flood insurance.
The flood insurance is not fun, okay? And it's not going to go down. It's only going to go up. So that's a big expense.
Barbara, thank you for coming. We love the fact that you came all the way out here to see us.
Nice living room area. And the kitchen is absolutely perfect. Into a dining room area. It also has a den. I love those glass doors. This is the pool area. Isn't that awesome?